Episode 25. Here we are in Villa Fidato with a whole bunch of clues that we need to find to solve even more of a mystery that happened actually inside the villa this time. I guess the only thing we thought was what happened on the outside, the people going in and the people leaving. The people leaving being Lexua only, apparently. Now we've got a whole lot of things to figure out in terms of what actually happened with the fire starting. First thing would be this. Not the camera. Oh, is that not a clue? It seems like a clue to me. But fine. Well, I guess before we actually start scanning with the chrono lens for clues, we could just walk around. Like this detail, that this part of the rafter came from that part up there, not just a random piece of wood or anything. It's a good thing that the roof is still holding up though. Might have expected it to crash down after the fire. This room was empty, we saw from the outside, somehow. Maybe it's always been empty? It'd be dangerous to be walking up these without, like, the fire marshal's seal of approval or whatever, and it seems like we're not walking up it anyway. Good thing. All of the clues should just be in the kitchen and the foyer here. And actually, I'm not seeing anything in the kitchen. Are they really all in the foyer? I guess so. Well, this is one thing. A fallen beam. The beam fell right in front of the entrance due to the fire damage. Some debris by the fireplace? Well, there's our smoking gun or whatever. Broken fire poker. It takes a lot to snap an iron poker. It was probably used on more than one occasion. And actually, can't we just ask Lexua what happened? He was there, right? Like he walked in based on our hypothesis last time, before the fire started, and he was there inside the house while the fire started. Meaning, he saw it all happen, right? I guess for whatever reason, we're just getting all the clues before that. Overturned furniture. Fire could not move a piece of furniture like that. Someone pushed it over. It feels like we should be having the conversation of what he saw and his whole account first, rather than doing the clues. In fact, maybe that's what we're supposed to do. No. Okay. Thought he might actually give us more to talk about. I'm pretty sure that's one way to get clues, just by talking to people. Surprisingly, that's not the case here. The safe, obviously. Mysterious safe. Busted safe. The safe has been forced open with something, but the contents haven't been touched. But why? Contents being a bunch of money or something? Burnt up? These aren't part of the clues, but there's Gustavo and some lady. And Gustavo would be there in the back, I think? Doesn't seem like they got along very well, this family, maybe. If this is a family, I'm not sure. What about other pictures in the other room, and over here? Here's Gustavo again with these ladies. Actually, a lot of this one lady here. This wolf. Siberian husky looking lady. Not that she's Siberian and husky looking, I meant she looks like a Siberian husky. But I guess she could be a Siberian husky looking Siberian woman. Siberia probably exists in this world. Yeah, all these pictures have her in it. Well, for him to even hang up these pictures, she's always looking away. Like a lot of the people in these photos are looking away, but only in this one. What kind of relationship was this? Because we know that only Gustavo and Moira lived here. No pictures of Moira that I can tell of, unless she was in one of those that I missed. None of these look young enough to be Moira other than this one front in the lift there. Somehow I don't think that's her though. Okay, mysteries. The golf clubs. Broken golf club. Damage like that couldn't have been caused by a fire. Someone used this club. But what for? It'd be a lot easier if you could just kind of tell us, Lexua. Maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it because it's too painful. What else have we got? Something by the stairs? Yeah. Whatever this was. Another suitcase. Suitcase on the stairs. Must be the suitcase Moira packed to run away with Lexua. So yeah. I don't think they explicitly said it, that they were running away that night, unless I'm forgetting. But that's kind of what we assumed was happening. The whole reason why someone came with a suitcase that night, someone being Lexua. And why Gustavo got so angry that someone even showed up at that time. Like there was no time to lose or something. Let's see what really happened. Yeah, she's just gonna do it without Lexua's input. That's fine. Maybe this makes sense in a way. Rather than rely on someone's account, it might be best for a detective to put together their own hypothesis of how the entire event went down, rather than getting pre-established biases by someone giving them their account. In a way, it makes sense, I guess. Lexua saw Moira before passing out. Lexua got a scar. Lexua managed to escape the villa before it burned down. Okay, so apparently Lexua passed out at some point, so they never really mentioned that, but I guess we could just assume that Diana asked about what Lexua saw there that night, or what happened, and maybe he responded, I don't know, I was passed out for a lot of it. So now we're reconstructing that part, that's why we have this checkbox. We can just say that. Say that's what's happening. I can't fathom why Diana would know this information beforehand otherwise. So yes, we know that this happened from the other mystery. And Lexua was inside, and then in came Gustavo. And now we have to do this again. Come up with a hypothesis. The fire started in the fireplace. The fire started by the front door. The fire started in the dining room. Well, seeing as the dining room can't be seen in this diorama, I feel like it's going to be from the fireplace. Where else would a fire have started? I don't think anyone came in with like a Molotov cocktail. Now for how the fire actually starts, I think that happens much later, because apparently a lot of this damage has nothing to do with the fire. Fallen Bean has to be after the fire. The scar, definitely later, although this could have happened before the fire if what we're seeing with all this other stuff happens first. The golf clubs are in the back. The fire poker is by the fireplace. There's a safe over in the back as well, but nobody touched the contents. Suitcase on the stairs, that's from when Moira comes back with her suitcase. And then the overturned furniture. Not turned over by a fire. If the fire was in the fireplace, the poker was used on more than one occasion. Oh, and we've got cause and effect even. Okay. Yeah, they added in these arrows after the update, I think, to indicate cause with the left and effect with the right, or it's the other way around. Actually, maybe the arrow on the left is effect? Because that seems more likely with overturned furniture and Nexua's scar being effect. And then the broken fire poker and the golf club seem more likely as causes, yeah. The safe also likely in effect. Okay. So, Nexua gets his scar from either the fire poker or the club. When we saw these two things, it seemed pretty clear to me. They were both weapons being used by both parties here. It just matters which one used which. If the fire poker is related to the fire, which I think it would be, then I feel like that has to happen later. Maybe as soon as I get here, the fight starts. With the broken golf club. But this has to go with an effect card. Do we overturn the furniture immediately? Could it be? Maybe... I was thinking that maybe it got turned over in the scuffle, but... Maybe Nexua runs for a weapon, the golf club, and on his way there he pushes over some furniture like they do in the movies, to block the advancing party. Moira flips the cabinet over. This is the exact opposite of what I... Well, not the exact opposite, it's just completely out of left field. Okay. Yeah, I know Moira's upstairs. I thought Nexua did it. And then fire happens? Oh. Okay, then maybe this happened with the poker first then. I know we can get more right answers if we, wait until the end, but I want to give a solid go at it first. Can't fast forward here for some reason. Alright. Fire in the fireplace. So this time the poker, because if the fire starts out, I can't imagine the poker being retrieved while the fire is raging. So the poker is first. Maybe Nexua's scar first? I feel like if I use the overturned furniture here, they're gonna try to funnel back in Moira for some reason. It could be the furniture, but I think it's gonna be the scar. I feel like that would be the point that he passes out though. Nexua is hit. I see. So Gustavo draws first blood. That makes sense to me. But no, he would have seen Moira before passing out. We already failed. Crap. Not starting out as solid as I would have liked. And this does tell us that the fire doesn't start in the fireplace. Apparently. I guess we are solving the mystery this way. I don't exactly like it though. In some ways, this whole gamesing mechanic doesn't let you solve the mystery yourself if you completely rely on those end cards. Which again, I could just kind of skip looking over if I manually retry. But even if I were to do that, I feel like there would be parts of the mystery that I'm still not solving, just with the way this whole gameplay works. There are ups and downs to it. Alright, so the fire wasn't the fireplace. Could it have started by the front door? I don't know. Well, Nexua wasn't hit first of all, with the fire poker. Could the fire poker have gone first? And then the overturned furniture? If they try to loop in Moira back in this again, then I don't think it's going to be the furniture until much later. Gustavo flips the cabinet over. Alright, I don't see how this would make sense spatially, but this is at least consistent with the people in the place. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe we just keep on going. Golf clubs. I think the fire poker would have been on the safe, actually. Only other way that we could have pried it open, now it's a golf club. Moira takes some money, huh? But the contents are untouched. Again, I just want a solid start before I rely on the green cards at the end. And the fire starting at the front door doesn't make sense to me still. It seems to happen after turn 1. I guess we can see what happens if we started in the dining room. Again, it's probably just going to be nonsense. Let's try the fire poker with the safe first, maybe? Gustavo grabs his money. Again, the contents weren't touched, but I don't know. Why would he pry open his own safe, though? Fire breaks out. If the fire starts there, we can't flip over the cabinet. Golf club with... I don't know. The furniture. Nope, Moira can't do that. If I do the fire poker and the scar on turn 3, does Moira arrive before Electro passes out? Does she arrive on turn 3? That's critical information just for any hypothesis. Seems like she doesn't show up until turn 4 or something. Or there needs to be some other thing that brings her down. Well, apparently the fire does start in the dining room. Again, not the biggest fan of solving it this way, but it's just too many possibilities for me to solve it the way that I'm trying to solve it in a reasonable amount of time. So I guess starting with that, we'll work our way outwards. How does the fire start in the kitchen? I guess there could have been like the stove left on or something. Seemed kind of fast for it to catch fire though. Like in turn 1 even. If the fire starts in the room there, I can't imagine how they knock over the furniture without well, beyond turn 2 or whatever. So we know it can't be the golf club with the thing, because that would be Moira. I guess. So if it's going to be the furniture... What? Gustavo with the fire poker? Again, can't imagine he pries open the thing with this. The golf club. Or why he would flip over the cabinet at this juncture. Going from one end of the room to the other just to flip this thing over in the completely wrong direction. Oh, we can summon Moira at any time with a suitcase on the stairs. I see. It wasn't just like a wait until she appears thing, it was decide on when she enters the scene. But this does mean that she can't join them from her position. In a way, this partly makes sense, even though the cabinet is flipped over the wrong way. Now that he's seen her, he's safe to get passed out, right? Oh wait, no, damn it. Ah, I wanted to give him the scar. Crap. There's no way to go back from here. If I'm going to rely on those end cards that are green, I want to actually slot in cards that I think are correct, not cards that I pick by mistake. Okay. Overturn furniture. Now, even though I don't think this is correct, it was what I thought was correct, so I'm just gonna leave this. Summon Moira. He gets real mad at them looking at each other, and then knocks him out with this, not the golf clubs. Yeah, but then the rest of this doesn't make sense. How would the golf club get used by anyone? Again, Moira can't take the money. Yeah, that's in the way. Unless she pushes it out of the way with the golf club. Maybe it... no, wait. We can't knock it over twice because there's only one card. Only one card for that being flipped over, so... maybe she does flip it over with the golf club after the fire breaks out to create an escape route. Yeah. And I think the fallen beam does go last, but... now this whole sequence of events doesn't make sense. Okay, now I will allow myself to use those green cards, if there are even any. I could just all be in the wrong position, but... only the fallen beam, not surprising. So she doesn't at least arrive on turn 2. Maybe she arrives on turn 1. We can try that. I feel like Lectua has to be knocked out faster if he can wake up fast enough to leave the building. But there may not be like programming for how many turns it takes him to wake up. You just might wake up if you're on the correct timeline or sequence of events or something. Fire in the dining room. So we're going with the theory that she arrives first. She sees the two confronting each other and drops her thing out of disbelief. And then fire happens. So if we're going with the theory that Lectua has to go out early to wake up in time to get out. Maybe we knock him out now. Turn 2. With the fire poker. Kind of a questionable thing for Gustavo to do while the fire is going. But who knows, maybe he was an unreasonable guy. We never met the guy. And then with the golf club, Moira, because I can't imagine her just standing there for too long, overturns the furniture to make an escape route. Even though it seems like there's still some room for her to kind of leave right there between the fire and the golf club. Well, it does seem like the whole escape route theory plays out correctly. And then Gustavo, seeing the fire approaching his precious safe, busts it open, even though he has the combination. Can't imagine why. He should have the combination, right? And that's how he dies. For his precious money. Okay, what was that sound effect, Diana? No need to do that. He seemed like a villain, but don't have to give him that weird sound effect. Then the fallen beam. Does Lexua wake up in time to leave? Oh no, Moira does it. That makes more sense. Oh. And that's how only one person leaves. It kind of makes sense. That's it? That's the solution. Huh. Feels like there were some holes there, but that's what Diana thinks happens. So it must be true. Still don't know why the fire broke out. We can just assume that it happened in the kitchen because of kitchen stuff. We don't know why Gustavo attacked Lexua after seeing the fire had already broken out. I guess we can just assume he thought, I don't know, he really had to do it. Could have just been a very unreasonable guy. And then the rest of it kind of makes sense, that he went for his safe after seeing the fire. I feel like it would make more sense if he attacked Lexua first, and then the fire broke out. Because if there was a fire going on, then he'd maybe have more pressing matters to deal with the fire. But I guess this is what happened. No one's ever understood how the fire broke out, and I believe them. There's no logical explanation. It's like Orlando said, the more you look for one, the less you understand. I guess my logical explanation that it happened from the fireplace didn't pan out, but I think there's enough logic that it started from the kitchen. But I guess what she's getting at is that it doesn't really make sense for that fire to start when all three of them aren't in the kitchen. It could have been that Moira started something over in the kitchen before she met up with Lexua, but why would she do that when she's planning to leave with Lexua? Unless she's... Well, we'll see. That wouldn't make much sense. If she planned to cause some kind of kitchen fire before she left, that would have been very dramatic, but maybe she just wanted to burn everything behind when she left Borgia Marina for good. But I think Diana's getting at something else here. No logical explanation. I have to talk to Lexua about this before I go crazy. I really think you should have done that first, but maybe she just likes coming up with her own theory first. What do you want? An explanation, please. I'm the one that's lost here out of all of us. More than Diana and you who was there that night. Lexua, there's something that doesn't add up in all this. So, do your sums and make them add up then, and be quick about it. If Moira died in the fire, Why did they never find her body? All this business with occult symbols, mysterious fires, enigmatic individuals. I know it seems crazy, but it feels like anything's possible. Did Moira turn into a vengeful ghost? Santa Madre, I sound crazy, don't I? How did you get that conclusion, Diana, after all that mystery solving you just did? Okay, we'll let her cook. No, you don't sound crazy. You sound stupid and naive. Follow me. There's somewhere I want to show you. Just don't tell anyone about it. Let's start by getting out of this infernal place. Sorry again for making you come here. Don't mention it. Come on, there's a gate that leads into the heart of the woods. We should follow it. Alright, we're finally doing this thing. It does seem like this door leads somewhere special. And actually, we're not actually confirming with him what happened that night. I guess we solved it, so to speak. So we don't even need to talk to him about it. Feels a little bit weird. So yeah, we're deep in the woods now. Can't even see the villa from here. We're way off the map now. One moment. Make sure if you would just get in position. A little bit like this. Perfect. You stay right there. Don't turn around for anything. And now this. If I can get far enough away. Yeah, that's perfect. I know this is very, very dear to you, but it's very dear to me to get the perfect thumbnail. You're doing great, Lekshua. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want to see. And maybe just for good measure. Different angles. The camera runs into something at this point. Can't go any further to the left. Well, I think we got it. This is it, isn't it? Very dramatic. Maybe more zoomed in, just in case. Hard to get it closer to the ground again. Yeah, that might do. Okay, sorry about that. I know this is very important to you, this place where you and Moira hung out, but we'll stop bothering you about it now. This is the place. I didn't mean to offend you earlier by saying you seem stupid and naive. But there's no point wasting time with fantastic stories about monsters and ghosts. Reality, whether we like it or not, is brutal. But it's at least clear. What do you mean? This is where I buried her, that evening. This is Moira's grave. Moira's grave. As violent as her death was, Moira now rests in peace forever, thanks to Lekshua, in a clearing surrounded by flowers and tranquility. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything. They'd just be more words lost to the wind. What matters is what you did. You're the first person I've ever brought here. I didn't think I could ever do that. Never even told his brother, man. But I think Moira might like to have a visitor. I don't want her to be forgotten. There was her. She was the Siberian Husky. Elegant and of an almost alien beauty, she disappeared during the fire that broke out at her legal guardian's villa. Since then, her tragic fate has remained unknown, for as long as anyone can remember. Well, you don't have to carry this burden alone. Maybe you're right. Thanks, Diana. I can't imagine how difficult it is for you to come back here. Luckily, I have a friend with me. Thanks, Lexua. Really sorry I did all of that stuff with the camera. It's my fault, not Diana's. I'd better go now. I really need a break. I need to just switch off and think about nothing for a while. I'm sorry, Lexua. For me, there's one more thing that still doesn't add up. On my end, there's quite a lot, but Diana's thing is more important. If it wasn't one of you three, not you, or Gustavo, or Moira, how did the fire start? Okay, yeah, that was the one thing most on my mind. I don't know, and I don't care. What happened, happened. See you around. Unbelievable. Another crazy thing in Borgia Marina, and no one ever questions. Does the origin of the fire have anything to do with that Etruscan symbol I found in the villa? Now, we didn't even comment on it, like the characters didn't, but it was very obviously placed. Rest in peace, Moira. Nothing else here. Well, that explains why there was no body. No mysterious character coming back to exact their vengeance. If the ghost theory is out, then who exactly is the thief? Or do they have anything to do with anyone? I think that clears up all of the mysteries, anyway. Never even noticed the roof was gone. Not the ceiling under the first floor, but the roof is gone. My only, I guess, lingering thing about that, like I said, why Gustavo did the actions he did, but guess he was just that kind of guy. Despite all the danger, kind of a violent guy. No wonder he and Moira didn't get on. Where should I go? I want to visit the farm again at some point. But let's put a close on this. Well, right now I don't have many other leads to follow. It'd be better to go home, eat something, and think about it tomorrow, after a good night's rest. What? Accused? Well, we'll do that. That seemed kind of weird. To get that card that feels like foreshadowing. I want to do other things first, though. We've got Pawn, and we've got Chia. Hung out with Chia already. Maybe we start hanging out with Pawn to decompress after that whole affair. It makes sense. After that whole thing with Lexua, maybe we talk to Pawn and not exactly tell him what we learned, but maybe try to probe with him. See if he knows anything about Lexua. Of course, he doesn't really know anything. Lexua didn't seem to tell anyone other than us, but maybe Diana's just trying to get a feel for their relationship after that whole affair. That's my excuse for hanging out with Pawn today. After we, pick up our fishing rod awkwardly from Chia. Not even going to hang out with her. Just, picking up the fishing rod. You know what? That idea is so awkward to me after the whole skeleton key thing. I think we're going to wait on picking up the fishing rod. We'll just do it when we go actually hang out with her. This time it's all about Pawn, and whatever photos he has on his wall. Let's see, which photo challenges are left? Statue in the workshop. Pawn's instructions are... Our dogs have something to offer too. For example, there's a nice statue over there. And Chia's workshop as well. Another picture, another challenge. This one's obvious. Gordon's boat. Pawn's instructions are... Did you know that the boat Gordon keeps docked at Fort Esther in is the same one he used in the Papua New Guinea, used in Papua New Guinea. How do you actually pronounce that? Papua New Guinea? I guess we have to go back to Esterin. And Cecilia's paintings. Pawn's instructions are... Cecilia told me she painted a new painting. A country house in a flower field. She'd like it if you could take a photo of it. The last 3 photos. My dear Diana, how are you? Anything to say? I heard you've become Borgia Marina's official detective. You just wanted to take a vacation. Now you've found a new career. You certainly won't be lacking any inspiration for your stories. What about what just happened? Okay, yeah. It seems like some people might know about this. I guess I should thank you for helping Lexual with his... with his trauma. No other way to say it. Nobody should ever go through what he has. Maybe he knows a little bit about it. Knew that he knew Moira, but probably not that he was there that night. I can tell Borgia Marina's photo album this year is going to be spectacular. Probably generic dialogue. Okay, what are our plans today? Want to do something in particular? As long as we can spend some time together, anything is fine. You sure about that? But if you really insist, here are my suggestions. Get a pen and paper. Yeah, I thought so. Always gotta have a list of things to do. And that list of things to do is... Oh, that's not the map. Take a photo from the viewpoint outside Orlando's villa with Pawn. Like over here. That little... It actually doesn't show up on the map, that one path that goes downward. Actually, it could be this one right here, where the green is. Feels like it should be a white path, though. I want to have a chat with Pawn in Giardini Capriole. I want to have something to eat with Pawn at Mama Lucia's. I want to watch a movie with Pawn. Pawn? A lot of those are very expensive. I need to spend 10,000 lira just to buy a movie. And Mama Lucia's is pretty expensive, last I remember. The chat in the garden is for free, I guess, so we'll give you that one. And the viewpoint, sure. Maybe we just take more photos with Pawn today. How about that, Pawn? That's free, right? Memories last forever. We'll give you 1 ice cream. And we'll buy you dinner later.
Ciao.
What will it be, kiddos? You already know what you want, Pawn. Yes, right. I'll have a wild strawberry cream ice cream cone. Strawberry cream ice cream cone. Actually, I think that's what he said last time. What about you, Diana? Oh, flavor of the day is, I guess, changing every day. Sour black cherry and white chocolate affogato. Let's have the flavor of the day. The cone was the flavor of the day. I just gotta try it. Here you go. Wow, thanks, Medeo. Pretty pricey for ice cream. For what? Just eat it slowly, or you'll get brain freeze. No problem. I'll see you for seconds after dinner then. I don't feel like we got any new flavor from that. Despite picking a different flavor. Might not be the best use of my money. If I don't get any new dialogue. Alright, so the first photo, part of Pawn's quest, not actually the photo wall, is over here, I guess. I think. Like over here, right? From the viewpoint outside of Orlando's villa with Pawn. Yep, it's gotta be this. Oops. Alright, Pawn, you stand right there. And I stand right here. Okay, you stand right there, and Diana stands right here. Okay, and something like this. Just kind of face Diana like that. Okay, there we go. No. More collinear. Close enough. I still don't actually know where these photos save in, like, my files or whatever, if they even do that. I'm pretty sure they should, right? Yeah, that's good. Can't really see much of Borgia Marina, but apparently it doesn't trigger when I'm over the railing like this, so maybe I go for a high angle. Yeah. Something good enough. There we go. It almost looks like a postcard from here. It doesn't just look like it. Among the views Malagamba had me print for the official postcards, there's a view of Borgio from Orlando's villa. Oh, right. In fact, it did remind me of the postcard Grandma Sarah gave to me. Right, the whole thing that kicked this entire adventure off. Different postcards, same subject. There's a reason people say Borgia Marina has a timeless charm. Alright, then our other photos were... what again? The ones actually for the wall. The statue, Gordon's boat, and the painting. Actually, Pawn can't come with us for most of these. Can he come with us inside Cecilia's? I certainly hope so. Damn it. You're ditching us, Pawn? This is a date, right? Enjoying art together? Even though it's not really an art gallery, it's... well, I mean, it is an art gallery. It's like a shop. Whatever. You go home, then. I guess he's not a true art fan. He's just a photographer. Enjoy the art on your own. It's a real experience. See you later, alright? Fine. So be it. Later. Guess we'll drag him along to talk some other day. When we have enough money to both buy a TV and also buy a dinner from Mama Lucia. This is the one, right? Don't need Diana in this shot. Just make it like this. Pretty picturesque. An artist's gallery, and we're making a photo of it. It's art in its own way, right? However you put it, Cecilia has an eye for details. Sorry to just barge in here.
Wait.
Oh, hey, welcome.
Huh?
Since you're here, I want to apologize again for that statue thing. Oh, no, actually. There was another chance to play the part of Borgia Marina's detective par excellence. Is that how you pronounce it, par excellence? Is it just par excellence? Whatever. In fact, you were incredible. If it wasn't for you, I could have got away with it. Thanks, Cecilia. Well, what did you need? You want to take a look around the atelier today, right? Actually, yeah. Between the investigations and everything else, it didn't even occur to me to stop by. But how did you figure that out? I told you, I observe. That's all. In any case, we've already introduced ourselves, so... As you can imagine, I love painting. I've made the paintings you can see here. Yeah, they're beautiful. But I wanted to tell you last time. Thanks. There are some scattered around Borgia Marina. Off the top of my head, Malagamba's office, Mama Lucia's, and... I don't know, I have to think about it. Interesting. Little bit of lore for why there are paintings or where there are paintings. Or rather, where the paintings come from all over these different locations you can visit. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this is my atelier. And over there's a greenhouse, though it's pretty small. Hey, look at all those plants. You have a green thumb as well? Not really. It's just something Adriana left me. But I think that taking care of plants is a nice ritual. So I'm doing my best. I'd like to say I get it, but me and plants don't get along. We did buy you that one fern for like 1,000 lire. I'd be lucky if the cactus in my room in turn is still alive. You have to get used to it, but it's worth it in the end. And it's a form of affection. And plants pay it back with the colors of their flowers, their leaves, their scent, their extravagant shapes. They're beautiful, yeah. I'm not trying to sell you my plants, though. They're not for sale. No, sure. I was actually thinking that you have a lot of nice passions and talent to spare. Oh, because I am selling my spare paintings. You're so funny. Actually, that was a sincere compliment. In any case, you need consistency, commitment, and you have to care for your talent, just like with plants. In fact, you know what? Do you want to try? A paint? Me? No, listen, I haven't touched a brush or a pencil since I was a little kid. I'm more of a writer, to be honest. Even if it looks like I'm not cut out for that either. Well, you could at least try, couldn't you? Keep it simple and without pressure. It's just you, the paper, and the colors. You can practice with some of my drawings if you prefer. Okay. Maybe I'd feel less embarrassed. That's nice. So let's see. Oh, I guess we're coloring today. A good way to de-stress then. We just randomly got this by talking to her. It was supposed to be photos, but sure. We'll spend the rest of the episode doing coloring. Colori de Sicilia. Relax and learn to color, thanks to tips from Borgia Marina's artist Cecilia. Move the brush with a stick, and open the color palette by pressing B, or a circle. Select the color you want to use from the palette with X. Move the brush around the palette, and confirm the area you want to color with X. You have to color in all the parts of the drawing before handing it over to Cecilia. There's no wrong way of coloring, so unleash your creativity. Although I like the way it was colored there, maybe we'll just kind of follow that trend. Alright, what colors do we have? And we select like this? I see. What suit looks good on this donkey? Maybe a flashy red one like Team Flare? Yeah. Team Flare donkey. With flashy black shades, as you have. With an intense glare. Or could even be red? Would that make sense in any way? Not really. There may be more interesting color combinations, but let's try white hair with that. And the donkey himself is a deep gray. Yeah, different shade from his sunglasses, but still quite striking. Did we already color these? Are the eyebrows the same color as the hair? I guess so. And yeah, his muzzle is the same. And then on the inside, what color? Don't want it also to be gray, maybe black? Was Team Flare black on the inside? I think so. If we do that, maybe we make his color stand out a bit more. I don't know. Maybe like a lighter gray? Oops. Very neutral color. How about something more wild, like blue? Oh. It kind of works. Not really. Purple? I don't mind it. I just don't want something to clash too much with the red and black. I want the red and the white hair to be the most striking parts, so maybe like one of these neutral colors. Yeah, we'll just go with this one. And then the rest of it. The parts that are less interesting to me. Just kind of the background. Maybe some green walls. No, don't like that background. How about orange? With a kind of brown floor. Or maybe... yeah, darker brown for the wood. Green cabinet, or countertop. Maybe same color as that crenellation or whatever you call it. And then this, same color. With green lining. No, don't like that. How's that look? I don't like it. I don't like it too much. I don't know anything about color theory to know what kind of colors I would like from this. Too glaring. Could just dump in a bunch of colors wherever and see how it turns out. This is relaxing. After that whole affair with learning about two people's deaths. Good way to de-stress, I'd say. Fancy black stool? Sure. Oh, and the bridge of the classes, okay. Okay, princess, we'll get it. Also black. Damn. Although... well, I mean, he blends in with the rest of the colors. He does look good with this combination, just... what now? What are you pointing at? The tie. Right. Well, it should be white. There we go. Okay. We're finally done. I don't think I'm cutting any of that out, but in case I did, this is the final product. We'll hand it over now. Italian breakfast. What a fun little excursion. It had absolutely nothing to do with anything, but this is a vacation simulator game, isn't it? We can just do whatever we want, and sometimes whatever we want is coloring. Italian breakfast. A drawing by Cecilia portraying... what was that noise? The achievement noise? Portraying Raimondo taking notes at the Luna and Soul snack bar. Wait, is Raimondo an actual character we can meet? It's not just a drawing of a guy? I guess that makes sense. Have we met Raimondo? I don't think so. Eventually, I guess. In any case, I've gone on too long. Let's wrap up. And this is part of our hard quest. Atelier Volpucci. You can feel the warmth of Cecilia's sunny personality everywhere in her atelier. I must say, I wouldn't mind getting to know her better. So is she actually an option? Was I just wrong in reading that there are 4 options? How did I do? It sucked, right? No. Why are you putting yourself down like that? You were amazing. Maybe I should have used less of those colors. You mean less black and less gray? Yes, I'm right there with you, Diana. See? You already want to better yourself. That's the spirit. You know... Where is she? There she is. If you want, you can come here and I'll let you have some new drawings you can use to practice. Practice makes perfect. That's right. And we can make a brew and maybe meditate a bit to expel all the negative energy. I'd love it. See you soon then. That's nice. I'm counting on it. Well, we just kind of randomly ran into that while doing photos. I'm glad we did it, though. She mentioned meditation, so we'll take her up on that offer right now. That would be a good time to take a break.